Just can't wait for it to enhance my performance. This is incredibly scientific. Oh shit, it's counting me down. Windows up because it's a race car, bye! Oh, how cold is it? Because it feels like 1. I can't do it! Hello friends, it's me, your old buddy Texas Dave. Wow, what a cool shirt, you're probably saying to yourself. Correct, it's a cool shirt from CoolShirt Systems because it's currently miserably horrible and hot. Today we're going to talk about the best way we know how to beat the Texas heat. It's wearing one of these bad boys right here. But does it work? We'll use all the very scientific vitals such as my heart rate off my Apple Watch, and then Steve's going to put a thermometer in a hole. I hope it's this one. All right, so I'm belted in. First step is I gotta pick a workout mode. I think we'll go for core training. Windows up because it's a race car, bye. Woohoo, I've never driven this car. So we're gonna drive for, we'll call it 5 minutes. We'll just see how worn out I get. So it's currently 95 degrees outside, it's the evening. It's 40% humidity. The temperature inside the car is significantly hotter than that. So yes, your body may be moving slightly less than it would be in, say, you know, a marathon, but you're still requires a tremendous amount of physical exertion, but more importantly, it's the mental energy and mental exertion that just fucking kicks your ass while you're driving. Here, my eyes are collecting an absolutely astronomical amount of visual data, and then I'm outputting that to my hands and my feet. Woohoo! Big old left foot braking slides. That's a fun one. Ooh, I burned 12 calories. I'm 112 BPM heart rate. It's still interesting just to see, is there any difference in core temp, but more importantly, is there any difference in my fatigue, my mental presence and acuity, and that's honestly going to be down to my own discretion. So you just have to trust me if I tell you that I feel better. It's impossible to know with science because, you know, all my doctors were busy today. 4:56, we're right at that 5-minute mark. So we'll bring it up to here. We'll shut it down with our doctors here, and we'll check all of our temps. Okay.
Temperature inside the car is 100.2.
Dude, on my steering wheel. How hot's the steering wheel?
Steering wheel's only 96.
Yeah, dude, it's that body temp, bro. Okay, you ready for me to take my temp? Here we go, daddy. Okay, 98.7. So I'm right on par with my temperature. What's my core temp?
Core temp on the shirt, 93 degrees on the money.
What do you get my naked body temp? Get that belly, dude.
89.2.
Okay, 89.2, you hear that? Woo! Now, obviously your body temp is not like the first place you're gonna be overheating dramatically, but I was mostly just curious. You don't wanna touch my tip? But I'm winded and I'm exhausted. I'm already fatigued and that was a 5-minute drive. So we're gonna fill up the sauce bucket back there. We're gonna pump some ice water through these veins. We'll see how everything improves. It has not cooled off outside. It's still hot and horrible and miserable. First thing we're gonna do though is we bust open our little CoolShirt cooler back here. Put 2 ounces of this fancy maintenance additive in here. Which, according to the sticker right here, says enhances performance, clean system, and extends pump life. Just can't wait for it to enhance my performance. It's even blue. Boop. Next step, we put our locally sourced, cage-free, definitely organic water. All right, ice me, daddy. That's probably good. There's a lot of options now for these in-car cooling systems and the personal cooling systems. What I do know about the CoolShirt though, is it is the easiest system to use ever, and it is dead nuts reliable. I've never had an issue with these systems, never worried about dust. You're completely sealed from all the outside elements. So when you're in a dusty, nasty off-road car, the rad thing about the CoolShirt system, we've got our helmet blower adapters if we wanted to run those on an off-road helmet. But these hoses now, they plug directly into the shirt, right into my little nips here, and they pump the ice water through. That's it. Dust can't get in the system. It's completely sealed. When we're done, we drain it. That's it. You don't need any other drama, any other magic. There's no worrying about cleaning it, filters, any of that stuff. So the only thing you need to make sure you pay attention to is keeping the nipples. I'm so excited about how many times we get to say nipple today. Keeping your nips clean, making sure they don't get clogged full of dirt or dust. If you're ever using the car, driving the car, and the system's not connected, the female end that the nipple goes into, you gotta make sure that stays clean, doesn't get caked full of dirt and mud and all kinds of nasty stuff. That's it though. With the ice packs in here, I've seen them last like twice as long as they do normally. Rallying is really tricky for this because we have such long durations in the car. We're not in the car for a 20, 30, 45-minute stint. A transit just to get to the stage is often 45 minutes or more. So we're in the car for hours. You'll want to have an easy access to add or change some ice if you're on one of those really long loops like that. But also, it's really about understanding how to use the variable speed controller and making sure that you're not overusing the system. You don't need the system to constantly be running and pumping water through. You're gonna freeze your nips off. Use it as you need it, keep the variable speed controller low, and just use that bit of cooling as needed to make sure you're maintaining that core temp. Again, this is really just about keeping you comfortable enough that your brain is functioning at peak mental acuity and that your nips are hard. Yes! Oh, it's instant ice. And that is what that it's like I just took an ice bath. That's at the lowest possible setting. So my core is still very cold right now. And that was just a blip. So it really doesn't take much. Still cold. Literally I had it on for what was that, 2-3 seconds? I'm still iced. I'm trying to be a little bit more aggressive this time. So I'm in 1:20. I'm at 93 beats per minute. Going up to third gear. I'm still cold, but I'm just gonna give it a blip again. Whoa, frozen. So, what I've done in the past in a rally car, this one we just have a standard speed controller on because normally you'd have an instructor riding there to be able to run those switches. In the past, I've had it on an intermittent switch on my steering wheel or my column, so that I can make the changes as I see fit. Again, I'm like legitimately, it's 100+ degrees in this car, and I still feel very cool. It's wild. I actually really did think I was gonna need like some pretty consistent cooling at least. Not at all. We've been going for 2.5 minutes. I've had a total use time on the pumps of about 5 seconds, maybe 6, call it 10, which I'm actually really surprised about. That's the biggest thing that kills your ice or your functionality in the cooler, is if you're running the thing constantly, you're running it through the lines, absorbing that heat, I should say, into that cool water, and that's where that big temperature change happens. Oh, I forgot how good front wheel drive is. Front wheel drive haters, I just feel so bad for them. Because they're either terrible drivers or they just don't like fun. And I get it, I understand rear wheel drive. I'm not saying I don't love it. I have a 500 horsepower Chevy Colorado rally truck and it's the stupidest, best thing I own. But God, there's something so magic about something that rotates this easily, this quick. Like in my Colorado, I'm constantly working. In this thing, I'm sideways through these corners effortlessly. Look at that. Tap the hay bale, fold the mirror. It's so good. Coming through the flat out section, through the open gate, up to third. I'm flying now. And I'm just now starting to see that same 112 I had earlier. But that was with significantly lower effort. This is on General's G-Max AS07, which is a passenger tire. It's a no frills, nothing special passenger tire. We're at 4 minutes and 50 seconds. I'm up to that 112 on heart rate again, same as I was before. I only did 2 short hits, and I haven't touched that in 2 minutes. All right, what's the temp?
Temp on the shirt is 94.5.
Okay. What's my belly?
Unbuckle, Daddy.
Yeah, get in there. I haven't used it in 2 minutes.
That belly is 93.6.
Yeah, so not far off. So, and give me that bad boy. I don't think we'll see any difference, but I'm just curious. I just need to know if I have a fever or not. If I do, it's probably for this front-wheel drive car. 98.3, within the margins. But the thing that I'm genuinely surprised by, it's very abrupt if you're not ready for it. So it's like truly, I believe that you basically need like on, off. You do that every 30 seconds. That's all you need.
Oh yeah, that amount of time, we're down in the 80s already.
Yeah, now if I crank the speed up.
Ooh, chili bones. We can see it happening in real time.
Oh, so I can feel it happening in real time.
That's impressive.
Ah, how cold is it? Because it feels like 1.
That's about 79.
No, it's not. It's 4. It's 4 degrees. I can't do it. I'm not equipped for cold plunges and ice baths. Do it now. See what. Whoa.
74.3.
Okay, now do it on the actual coils. What's the actual temperature on the coil?
77, 76, 75, 74. It just drops as you watch it.
Yeah, it does. Drop it like it's cold. So the real takeaway here, use in moderation. It's been in the car about 10 minutes since our initial shot of pouring it in, about 5 minutes driving. I'm gonna take the shirt off because I'm fucking freezing, and I'm gonna plug it into the system, and then we're just gonna run at full speed. And we'll just see how long the ice lasts and kind of when we start getting that hot water.
All right, so it's been about exactly 15 minutes. Let's go check on the system and the shirt. We got 56 degrees on this shirt.
A really hot rally or a really hot race, I have seen these go close to ambient in as quickly as 30, 40 minutes. But again, in most applications, that's more than sufficient. So I totally understand the modern all-in-one systems. I love them, but that's a lot of pieces. This has a motor, a pump, some hoses. You put some ice in it. For our application at the rally school, this is an amazing system to use because we have an ice chest full of the CoolShirt System gel packs, and those last way longer than the ice does. So it gives us the ability to just grab those and swap them throughout the day in and out of the CoolShirt units. But on top of that, we can use our big pit crew systems, which allows us to hook up to 12 people to a single giant cooler. So if you're in the middle of a really hot day, you're in Baja, you're wherever, or you're pit at Circuit of the Americas on a July track day, your whole crew can plug into one of those systems and everybody can stay cool. We're super stoked. This revolutionizes our ability to run in the summer. Not just our drivers and our clients, but also for our instructors and our team members, the guys who are out here at 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning setting up track. It's already in the 80s a lot of the mornings here in the summer. By the time we start class, we're in the 90s. By the time we get to peak class in the middle of the day, these guys have been here for 5 hours. It's 105 ambient, it's 115, 120 degrees in the car. We're keeping as much water as we can in our bodies, but there's no way to get rid of the heat, and this has changed the game for summer. So if you're interested in a system for yourself, CoolShirt Systems has all the info that you need. And if you're thinking about coming down to hang out with us in the summer down here in Texas and you think, I don't know, it's kind of hot, I promise you it's not. It feels like I am in Maine in February right now. I have to take this thing off because my nipples are about to snap off.